My name's John Hartman. Welcome to my website. Today I'm going to bring you a tip that I feel is one of the most important skills that anyone who owns a computer needs to know how to do. And what I'm talking about is selecting multiple items. This skill will present itself everywhere on the computer for everything that you do, from selecting a few emails to delete, to selecting a few files that you want to move into a folder, or a couple photos that you want to print. By learning how to select multiple items, you'll be able to do those tasks once to all the selected items rather than individually for each one. So there are 4 ways on the computer that we can select multiple items. Each one is important. You need to know all 4 of them. And what you'll find is all 4 will work together to produce the best way for you to select the things that you then want to do something to. So the first one is called a command click. And the easy way to remember this is that command click picks and chooses the items that you want. So the definition is that it will select or deselect individual items in any order. And the process that you do this is simple. You click on the first item you want to select, and then if you want to select more than that one item, hold the command key down and click on all the other ones that you want. If you find that there's one selected and you don't want it selected, you can continue to hold command down, click on the selected item, and it will deselect, keeping the ones that are currently selected the way they are. This is really good when you have a list of items and you want to pick and choose different ones that are in the list. The second method of selecting items is called a shift click. And a shift click, the easy way to remember this one is that shift connects the dots. So it will select everything in between the first selected item and the last selected item, reading like a book, left to right, top to bottom. Now, when you want to select, let's say, a whole continuous list of emails and to put in your trash, you're going to click on the first one with just a regular simple click, and then hold Shift and click on the last one. This will actually select all of the items in between that first selected item and the last selected item. The third way to select multiple items is a key command, and it's called Select All. And we do this by holding down the command key and tapping the letter A for all. And what this will do is it will select every item within the selectable items field. Now this is pretty easy to note because it's in the active window, the one that has the colored balls at the top left corner, and it's usually what is selected. So let's say you're in email and your inbox is selected. If you do Command A, then you will select all of the emails in your inbox. So it makes it very useful, especially an example again like the junk mail. You scan through it, you know you don't need any of those. Command A, hit delete on the keyboard, and you've just moved every one of those junk mails to the trash. And then finally, the last method of selecting multiple items is called a marquee. And you might also hear this called a lasso or a rubber band. All those terms are good. Basically what you're doing here is you're drawing a rectangle using your mouse to encompass or touch items that you want to select. So this is typically used when items are in close proximity of each other. For example, you have a bunch of items on your desktop and you want to move them all to the garbage. The way the marquee works is you're going to move your mouse pointer to somewhere that's not an item, typically in one of the corners that you're going to draw the rectangle in. You're going to click and hold with your mouse and you're going to move your mouse diagonally, which creates a rectangle, and anything inside of that rectangle or touching that rectangle when you release the mouse will be selected. Another example is in iPhoto. If you're selecting a few photos that happen to be right near each other, you can use this to, again, draw a rectangle around those items to then perform a task to all of those selected items. Now, the 3 things to remember about the marquee, again, to start outside of the item with the mouse. You're going to click and hold. You're going to move your mouse diagonally, which creates the rectangle in which you're going to be able to select those items. You don't have to actually surround the entire item or encompass the whole item in order to select it. You merely have to touch it. What you'll find is all 4 of these methods work together to produce the best way for you to select the things that you then want to do something to. For example, you might have a list of files in the Finder, and you wanted to select all of those files but not the one in the center. You might use a shift click first to select the first and the last, to select in continuity, and then use command to deselect the item that you don't want. Whatever task it is that you perform after the selection process is really insignificant in terms of what we're talking here today, but the process of being able to select those items first allows you to perform that task once to all the selected items. So I hope you found this tip really useful. I think if you learn these 4 methods and you get really comfortable with using them, it will save you more time than anything else that I could teach you as a support professional for Apple. So thank you for visiting my website. Once again, my name is John Hartman. Take care.